Namaste, Sharanu Sharanarthigalu, dear learning enthusiasts, welcome back to SBPS online classes. Dear students, we have started NCERT class 6th Social and Political Life first, chapter number 3, what is government, and we had the knowledge about the chapter introductory part and role of the government. Now in the present video class, we are going to start the discussion on the contents, levels of the government and laws and the government. So let us begin our discussion, levels of the government. Dear students, India is the vast country and developing country. India has the 32,87,263 square kilometer geographical measurement. India has divided into 28 states, 8 union territories. In 2018 population census, India crossed the population around 135.26 crore, and in India there are 6 religions under practice, and Indian peoples have their unique culture, their dress style also different, they are celebrating different festivals, they are speaking different languages, they are following different customs, and they are belongs to different religion, and they are belongs to different regions. Regions means the area where they are living. So they are the Indian citizens are living in various parts of our country, like desert areas, mountain areas, hilly areas, as well as coastal areas and the plain areas. So apart from all these differences, in India the people have the unity. So how it possible to maintain the unity in India? It is depend upon our government. So our government is taking care about our people with 3 levels, so under the administration. So let us begin our discussion, levels of the government. The government works at different levels, that is the first level, that is local level, second one is the state level, and the national level. So what is the local level? The local level means in your village, town or locality the government works. So first of all, you are living in village area, the government maintain the all the administrative system in your village, that is called local level government. So the local level government again divided into two various categories. One is the urban level government, another one is a rural level government. Urban means city level government, and the rural level government is called the village level government. And next we go to the another one, level of the state. The state level would mean that which covers an entire state like Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and Maharashtra and Karnataka, and so on. There are 28 states political divisions in our India. Each political division has the one government that we call state government. For example, Karnataka is the one of the state, we have the government that we call Karnataka state government. So within the state, that government administrates. Next one, the national level relates to the entire country. So the national level government is also called as a union government or a central government. So within the state, district and local, as well as boundary matters and territories matter, they are controlling. So these administration called the national level government. Next we go through this is the one of the our subcontinent map, including the political divisions as well as the territories and some of the boundary lines. So India shared the boundary lines with the other countries that we call adjacent countries. So Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Myanmar, Bhutan, Bangladesh. So these countries have the same boundary line with our Indian boundary line. So regarding all the boundary issues are maintained by our central government. So in the India we have the 28 states. Each and every state has the one government that we call state government. So in the within the state we have again the districts. So just you observe, this is the one of the state. In that state we have the again divided into district level government. So these district level government controls the local level, like a town, village and the city level government. So next we go through the we have taken one more example of Karnataka government. So Karnataka has the one government that we call Karnataka state government. So again the Karnataka is divided into various divisions like districts. So these districts has the one government that we call district government, and district government controls the urban areas and rural areas, gram panchayat and municipalities. So start with the some of the discussion about the concept map of the various levels of the government. So union government is also called as a central government. So within the India, 28 states, 8 union territories, as well as the boundary matters are discussing under the government that we call union government. And state government, each and every state has their own government called the state government that administrate under the state. And local level government divided into two categories. One is the municipality, another one is the panchayats. So municipality, where we can see the government in the metropolitan city, we have the municipal corporation. In the district level, we have the municipal council, and in the city areas we have, or a town area, we have the nagar panchayats. In panchayat, it is the town level or a village level government. For example, in district we have the district panchayats, and in the intermediate panchayat, in the village we have the village panchayats. So this is the concept map related with the different levels of the government that administrate in our India. Next we go through the second content that we call the laws and the government. So the government makes the laws. As we know that our constitution has three branches. One is the legislature, another one is the executive, another one is the judicial. So the laws are made in the legislature and executes in the office. So third one is the in judicial office evaluate the laws, and after evaluating the laws, those are applicable to the citizens of India, or that these laws are enforced in the society, and everyone who lives in the country has to follow these. Our government making the laws, and we are the citizens of India. We have to maintain those laws made by our government, and this is the only way governments can function. The government has the power to make decisions. Similarly, it has the power to enforce its decisions. So next we go through the for example, there is a law that says that all persons driving a motor vehicle must have a license. So this is the law made by our government. So if any person caught driving without a license can either be jailed or fined, charge a sum of money. So our government made the one law that each person have the license, driving license, whenever they are going to drive. So when the person is not having the driving license and he drive the car, it is considered as a crime. So he must punished, or sometimes he charge the money for the government. So breaking the laws of the government is considered as a crime. That's why we must accept the laws and follow those laws made by our government. So next we go to the without these laws, the government's power to make decisions is not of much use. So without laws, our government makes any power to make decisions, it is a not successing. And people can also approach court if laws made by government are not being followed. So for example, in your locality you have not got any facilities like water supply, electricity supply, and the drainage system, and road construction, and so on. So these you are facing problems in your area. You must have rights to inform the court, or you file the case in the court. This is the one of the right given by our constitution or our government. So next we go through the philosophies. In country there are two types of people. They had their philosophies, means they have the some principles. These two group of peoples they are protesting against the government laws, though already they were made, but they want to make the some changes in the laws made by our constitution. So which are the two group of people? One is the right wing peoples, those we call the rightist people, and the left wings persons called the leftists. So who are the leftists and who are the rightists? So start with the leftists. So leftists are the people who fight out for the poor persons and disabled persons or disadvantaged peoples. They want to bring the status level of the people. So that's why they are the leftist people are for the disadvantaged people. They want to bring the attention of the government towards the disadvantaged people and make whatever the made the laws by the government, some they want to change some changes in the laws. So those persons are called the leftists. So they have the social equality, and they are far of the government and support for disadvantaged people. These group of people called the leftists. So leftists are the we call Mahatma Gandhi ji and Barack Obama. These are the leftist persons. And rightist persons, the rightist persons are strong nationalism. So they are fighting towards the laws made by the constitution. Those are not applicable whole country. So and they want to bring the economical growth in India. So these persons are called the rightists. So in upcoming class we will cover the more contents. Till then, bye bye, stay home, stay safe.